wondered what the future of college football is going to be like?
Yes.
Yeah.
How will a champion be determined in the future?
I don't know.
Well, starting in 2014, the BCS bowl system will be completely gone. There's going to be a new playoff system in which 4 teams will compete to be the national champion. A community of university presidents came together and came to a verdict on this back in April. These 4 teams will start in 2 semifinals, and then these 2 semifinals will be held at current bowl sites such as the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, big bowls like that. And then the national championship game will be held at a highest bidder, in which a company will bid and bid until they win and they get to hold the national championship to make a lot of money. And these 2 semifinal games will be held on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. I don't know. And then the national championship game will be held on the 6 days after the first Monday of January. So, back to the semifinals. These will be held at current bowl sites that we have in these BCS days, such as, the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Orange Bowl, Alamo Bowl.
Meineke Chartier Bowl.
What? Capital One Bowl?
Sugar Bowl, Capital One Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The list can go on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really going to be these larger bowls because, there's more seating in these larger stadiums for more fans to support their teams. Also, the final will be held according to the highest bidder. So if All-State bids the most money to hold the national championship, they'll be located at the Sugar Bowl because the Sugar Bowl is sponsored by All-State. Or the Cotton Bowl is sponsored by AT&T. So if AT&T bids the most, it will be held in Fort Worth, or Arlington, at the Cotton Bowl, or Cowboy Stadium. So it's just like the old BCS system, kind of, but still different. But now that you know where these new playoffs will be held, I'm going to tell you more about the time. So, the semifinals will be held roughly on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, just like these main bowl games that we've had in the past. Like the Cotton Bowl is usually held on New Year's Day, been to the Cotton Bowl twice on New Year's Day, so. And the championship game will be held on the 6 days after the first Monday of June, or Championship Monday as they call it. But it's just 6 days after the semifinals actually, so it gives them a little time to prepare for the championship game after they win in the semifinals. But I honestly don't know. They're still deciding on some things. But now that you know where the time of this playoff will be, I'm going to tell you how the teams will be chosen to play. These 4 teams, only 4 teams, will be decided by a playoff committee, an actual committee to choose these teams. These group of presidents of conferences, such as like the SEC, actually presidents of teams. So like, if the president of Arkansas says that Alabama should go to this playoff, Alabama gets 1 vote to go to this playoff. But they believe that 4 teams was the right amount, not too many, not too less, but 4 teams seemed like a good number. But it will narrow it down to the best teams in college football. So if Alabama, Oregon, Arkansas, and TCU are the top 4 teams in the country, and they all get voted best in the nation basically by the top polls in the country, they'll probably end up going to this playoff. Go Frogs.
Horn Frogs.
Yes, they are the Horn Frogs, but go Frogs. But these are actually selected by the committee, but this process will not be televised. I I'd like it to be though. I'd like to see all this arguing going on. I think it'd be pretty funny. But this little committee is made of conference commissioners. So the commissioner of the SEC, the Big 12, the ACC, the Pac-12, Conference USA, no, probably not Conference USA, but
Mountain West.
no, probably not Mountain West either.
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Big 12.
I said
Not the
big-
Sun Belt.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
all these bigger conferences that make a little bit more money will probably be the main deciders of who gets to go to these playoffs. But in conclusion, this new playoff system won't take effect until 2014, so enjoy the BCS while you can. And honestly, I think this is a much needed change in college football.